Unit aims. Students learn to talk about things we can see in nature. This includes identifying animals, insects, and plants they see outside, talking about pets and who they belong to, talking about their favorite books, learning about different habitats. Introduction to the unit. Say, open your books please. Read the title of the unit and ask students to look at the photo. Then ask, what is Unit 1 about? Students guess. Congratulate students who guess correctly. Ask, what can you see in the photo? Teach or elicit, is a caterpillar, and follow up with additional questions. What color is it? Green, yellow, and black. What is it climbing? A flower. What color is the flower? It's red. Ask questions to encourage students to tell you what they know about caterpillars. For example, Lesson 1, Lesson Aims. Students learn and talk about animals, plants, and insects they can see outside. New language. 3. Leaf, caterpillar, rabbit, butterfly, pet. Recycled language. The alphabet. Blue, green, orange, purple, red, yellow. One more. Revise the alphabets. Then spell out individual students' names. Students stand up when they hear the name. Presentation. Say the new word. Students repeat in chorus and individually. Say, what's this? Show the flashcard of the tree very quickly and then hold it with the picture facing away. Students say, it's a tree. Confirm, yes. A tree begins with T. Continue with other words. For example, leaf, caterpillar, rabbit, and butterfly. Hold up each flashcard and ask, is it a tree? Confirm, yes, it's a tree, or no, it isn't. Continue with other words. For example, leaf, caterpillar, rabbit, and butterfly. Students' book. 1. Listen, point, and repeat. Say, open your books, please. Who can you see? Where are they? What are they doing? Play the recording. Students listen and point to the different nature items and the characters' names. Then play a game. Students repeat. 2. Listen and say the words. Students listen and say the correct words. 3. Describe and guess what. Students make more sentences about the items in the picture for the class or a partner to guess. Ending the lesson, play a game of bluffer using the flashcard of the lesson. Lesson 2. Lesson Names. Students learn and talk about animals, plants, and insects they can see outside. New language. Flower, grass, tortoise, guinea pig, snail, brown. Is it green? Yes, it is. Is it a plant? Yes, it is. Recycled language. 3. Leaf, caterpillar, rabbit, butterfly. The alphabet is green, white. Is a butterfly. Is an insect. Warmer. Revise the nature items of the previous lesson. Play the game, correct my mistakes. Make phone sentences for students to correct. For example, if the caterpillar is green, say, is the caterpillar is white. Nominate individual students to correct the sentences. Presentation. Hold up each flashcard and say the new word. Students repeat in chorus and individually. Say, what's this? Show the flashcard of the snail very quickly and then hold it with the picture facing away. Students say, it's a snail. Confirm, yes, a snail begins with S. Continue with other words. For example, flower, grass, tortoise, and guinea pig. Show the flashcard of a brown snail. Say, it's a snail. It's brown. Then write the word brown on the board. Students' book. 4. Listen, point, and repeat. Say, open your books, please. Who can you see? Where are they? Play the recording. Students listen and point to the different nature items, the characters' names. Then play a game. Students repeat. 5. Listen and say. Students listen and say the correct words. 6. Describe and guess what. Students make more senses about the items in the picture for the class or a partner to guess. Practice the conversation in the speech bubble with a student. Then put students in pairs to practice similar conversations. Ask some parents to practice the conversations in front of the home class. 7. Ask and answer. Ask students to work in pairs and practice making similar conversations in Activity 6 with the words in both Lessons 1 and 2. Then put students in pairs to practice the conversations. Ending the lesson, play a game of Guess What using items in the classroom. Lesson 3. Lesson names. Students talk about pets and who they belong to. New language. Our pet isn't, big, black, gray, fish, bird, horse, big, small. Recycled language. Nature in the garden. My, your, our, and, cat, door, pet. 1 more. Use the flashcards to revise the vocabulary for nature in the garden from the previous lesson. Ask, is it a butterfly? Confirm, yes it is, or no it isn't. Presentation. Put the flashcards in different locations around the room. On the board, on the desk, under a chair. Ask, can you see the rabbit? Where's the rabbit? Students look, find the flashcard and bring you each flashcard as it is found. Ask the students to speak out the name of the nature items in the flashcard. For example, it is a rabbit. Write the structure, where is, where are. Can you see on the board? Ask students to practice asking the location of different flashcards. Revise the possessive adjectives, mine, your, and learn new possessive adjectives, our. 8. Sing the song. Say, open your books, please. Talk about the pictures. Who can you see? A boy and a girl and their dad. Have they got any pets? Yes, they have. Then point to the open cage and say, oh dear, where are their pets? Tell students what they are going to find down in the song. Say, listen and point, play the recording. Students listen and follow the song text in their books. You can also divide the class into 3 groups, with each group singing the part of the girl, the boy, or the dad. 9. Read and match, then say the animal. Revise or teach the pet's words, cat, door, and bird. Students read the children's speech bubbles and match them to the correct photo of their pet. Check the activity by asking, look at number 1. What color is the pet? 10. Look at the photos. Ask and answer with a friend. Say, look at number 1 again. Is your pet a cat? No, it isn't. My pet is the big black door. Students can then continue the same activity in pairs using the speech bubbles on the page as a model. They can also do this as a memory game with one student closing the book while the other asks the questions. Ending the lesson, play an animal mind game. Pairs of students ask, what are our pets? And both mind the same animal for the rest of the class to guess. Check by asking, what are their pets? Their horses. Lesson 4, lesson names. Students ask and answer about single and plural objects in the distance. New language. What is that? It is a snail. Recycled language. Nature in the garden. Mine, your, our, and. Cat, door, pet. 1 more. Students can sing the song from the previous lesson again. Depending on the level of the class, you could write the sentences from the song on the board in a jumbled order first. Students tell you the correct order of the sentences before singing the song. Presentation. Pick up a student's pencil and ask, what's this? It's a pencil. Then gesture to the student and say, is it your pencil? Yes, it is. Repeat with different students' possessions. Presentation. Pick up a student's pencil and ask, what's this? It's a pencil. Then gesture to the students and say, "Is it your pencil?" "Yes, it is." Repeat with different students' possessions. Then point to an item that is too far away from you to touch. Ask, "What's that?" Students follow the point of your finger and answer, "It's the desk." Ask, "Is it my desk?" "Yes, it is." Repeat the procedure a few times, picking up items or pointing to them, so the students can see the difference between this and that. 11. Listen and repeat. Say, "Open your books, please." Ask, "Where are the children?" "They're outside, in the garden, in the park." "What are they doing?" "They're looking at nature." "What can they see?" "A snail and butterflies." Make sure the students realize that the children are using binoculars to look at items far away from them. Say, "Listen and repeat." Play the recording. Students listen and repeat the questions and answers. 12. Listen and write the numbers. Students look at the close-up photos and guess the other things that the children see through their binoculars. "What's that?" "I think it's a snake." Say, "Now listen and say the numbers." Play the recording, pausing after each question and answer. Students find and say the number of the photo described. Check by asking, "What's that?" 13. Look at the photos. Ask and answer with a friend. Students ask and answer about the photos in pairs using "What's that?" They can use the remember box as a model to help. 14. Go to page 125. Listen and repeat the chant. Say, "Go to page 125. Listen and repeat." Play the recording. Students listen and repeat the grammar chant following the text on page 125. Ending the lesson, students test each other's knowledge of classroom vocabulary by holding up or pointing to items and asking, "What's this? What's that? What are these? What are those?" This can also be played as a game, with each correctly guessed item winning a point. The student with the most points at the end of a set time limit wins the game. Lesson 5. Lesson names. Students consolidate language of the unit and practice the skills of listening and speaking with extended writing in the workbook. New language, bug. Recycled language, snail, butterfly, caterpillar. They're small. Warmer. Elicit words for some animals that students may know from previous years of studying English and write them on the board. Lizard, giraffe, monkey, elephant, zebra, snake, hippo, lion, spider, crocodile, mouse, frog, donkey, sheep, goat, cow, and duck. Then call out animal words for students to mime. Presentation. Use the flashcards to elicit rồi lại 1, 2, 3. Presentation. Use the flashcards to elicit the words zoo, ant, bug, wing. Hold the picture of the zoo and ask, "Is this the zoo?" Confirm, "Yes, it is." Then ask, "What can you see at the zoo?" Confirm the answer, "I can see snail." Write the structure on the board. Ask the students to practice asking and answering in pairs. Students' book. What can you see at the zoo? Say, "Open your books, please." Ask the opening question. What can you see at the zoo? Students think of a zoo and say the animals you can see there. They can choose animals they have already named, or you can help them with additional vocabulary. 15. Listen and write. Students look at the leaflet of the House of Bugs. Ask, "What can you see in the House of Bugs?" Students name the insects they can see in the photos and think of other things they may see in a bug house in a zoo. Play the recording. Students listen and write. They point to or say the name of each bug being described. 16. Listen again and say true or false. Read the sentences about the children and encourage them to guess or try to remember if they are true or false. Then say, now let's listen and check, true or false. Play the recording again, pausing after each dialogue for students to decide if the sentences are true or false. 17. Complete the sentences and share them with a friend. Students complete the sentences about different pets. Then they share with their friends the sentences. Ending the lesson, play guess what game, using other animals or insects they have named in the lesson. For example, this is small. It's brown or black. It's got 8 legs. You can see it outside or inside. It's a spider. Lesson 6. Lesson names. Students consolidate language of the unit and practice the skills of speaking and writing with extended writing in the workbook. Recycled language. Favorite color. Big, small, beautiful. Warmer. Use the flashcards to elicit the word bird. Hold the pictures of caterpillar, butterfly, and snail and elicit the structure. This is my favorite bird. Write the structure on the board. Ask the students to practice asking and answering in pairs. Presentation. Use the flashcards to elicit the words zoo and bird wing. Hold the picture of the zoo and ask, is this the zoo? Confirm, yes it is. Then ask, what can you see at the zoo? Confirm the answer, I can see zebras. Write the structure on the board. Ask the students to practice asking and answering in pairs. Hold the pictures of ant, caterpillar, butterfly, and snail and elicit the structure. These are my favorite bugs. Ask, do you like them? Confirm the answer, yes I do, no I don't. Write the structure on the board. Ask the students to practice asking and answering in pairs. Students' book. 18. Ask and answer with a friend. Ask individual students the questions to elicit some example answers. What is your favorite bird? It's a spider. What color is it? It's black. Students ask each other in pairs or groups. They can then report back to the class. 19. Answer the questions. Students read and answer the questions about their favorite animal. 20. Write about your favorite animal using the answers in Activity 19. Students write a paragraph about their favorite bird based on the answers they wrote in Activity 19. Ending the lesson, do a drawing dictation. Describe an animal or bird for students to draw. For example, draw a butterfly. It's big. It's got blue and yellow wings and a black body. It's beautiful. Lesson 7. Lesson names. Students consolidate language with a story. They also discuss the value of respecting and listening to others. New language. Tiger. Can I help? Can we borrow it? Here you are. Thank you. Story. Recycled language. What's that? Is this your tiger? Yes, it is. Warmer. Use the flashcards and word cards to play Does It Match? Introduction. Remind students of the story so far. What is Lee's birthday present? A mobile phone. What do the children want to do? A treasure hunt. How many things are in the treasure hunt? 7. Tell students that in this episode of the story, the characters are going to start the treasure hunt. 21. Listen and read. Say, open your books, please. Ask questions about frame. 1. Where are the children today? In the park. Ask students to guess the first treasure hunt item the characters find. Like track high. Value, respect, and listen to others. Students look at frames 2 and 3 again. Ask, what does Anna ask? Can I help? What does Tom say? Not now, Anna. Ask, is Tom listening to Anna? No, he isn't. Encourage students to think about why Tom isn't listening to Anna. She's young, she's his sister. He doesn't want her to play with them, etc. Then look at frames 2 and 3 again and ask, What has Anna got? A toy tiger. Can she help with the treasure hunt? Yes, she can. Students then look at Tom's line in frame 5. Sorry, Anna. Thank you. Encourage students to think about why Tom is saying sorry. He realizes he should have listened to Anna earlier in the story, as she was able to help all the time. The story suggests that we should respect other people's suggestions and opinions, even when they are younger than us. 22. Read and match. Ask students to look at the frames again. Then say, now read the sentences and match. Check the answer. Ask some students to practice sentences. 23. Read again and act with friends. Students read the speech bubbles in the frames again. Work in groups and practice these exchanges in groups. Ending the lesson, play a game of correct my mistakes, making fun sentences about the story. For example, the children find a toy lion. Lesson 8. Lesson aims. Students learn and practice the function of asking to borrow things. New language. Can I borrow your camera, please? Computer game. Toy car. Rubber. Recycle language. Yes, you can. No, I'm sorry, you can't. Warmer. Play a game of guess where again, using classroom objects or small toys. Presentation. Remind students of the story from the previous lesson. Ask, what do the children find? A toy tiger. Who has got the tiger? Anna. What do they ask Anna? Can we borrow it, please? Make sure students understand what borrow means, using other people's things and then giving them back. Hold up each flashcard and say the new word, computer game, toy car, rubber. Students repeat in chorus and individually. Students' book. 24. Find the words and write. Say, open your books, please. The students find the words in the table. 25. Listen and repeat, then act. Ask, where are these children? In the living room and at school. What do they want to borrow? Students guess, a camera and a book. Say, now listen and repeat. Play the recording again, pausing for students to repeat each line with the correct pronunciation and intonation. Students act out similar dialogues in pairs, choosing different items from the workbox to ask to borrow each time. Read through the workbox first to check comprehension. Check the activity by asking pairs of students to act out their dialogues. 26. Read and act with a friend. Ask one student to practice the model conversation with teacher. Then ask students to work in pairs and practice similar conversations with the information in the table. Ending the lesson, students make up and perform their own functional dialogues, asking to borrow real possessions they have at school or any small toys you have brought to class. Lesson 9. Lesson aims. Students practice saying the sounds of such spellings as E, EA, I, new language, E, chimpanzee, C, fish, ear, here, recycle language, big. Warmer, play a game of guess where again, using classroom objects or small toys. Presentation, playing drawing game to introduce the vocabulary. Use flashcards to present the animals in the pictures. Ask, what is it? Confirm the answer. It's a chimpanzee, fish, rabbit. 27. Listen and repeat. Say, look at the photo in activity 27. What animal is it? It's a chimpanzee, an iguana, a rabbit. Then say chimpanzee. E, chimpanzee. Students repeat, emphasizing the E sound at the end of chimpanzee. Say fish. Fish. Students repeat, emphasizing the A sound in the middle of fish. Say ear. ear, 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 ear. Students repeat, emphasizing the ear sound of ear. Say, listen and repeat. Play the recording. Students listen and repeat the sound sentence twice. 28. Listen, tour, and repeat. Say, now listen, tour, and repeat. Ask students to match the sounds with the correct words. Play the recording twice. Then students draw the shapes with the same sounds. 29. Listen and say. Say, now listen and say. Play the recording. Students listen and repeat the sound phrases twice. Ending the lesson. Play bingo with students thinking of and writing down words that include the E, I, and ear sounds. You can also include the sounds from the previous unit. Lesson 10. Lesson names. Students consolidate the language of the unit. Recycle language. The language of Unit 1. Materials. Flashcards. Warmer. Play anagram of target vocabulary on the board. For example, leaf, caterpillar, rabbit, butterfly, flower, tortoise, snake, snail. Use flashcards to remind the students of the vocabulary. Students' book evaluation. 1. Find and write. Students write the questions in the space provided. 2. Look and write the words. Students choose and write the correct words, choosing from the word box. 3. Complete the sentences about this unit. Students complete the sentences about what they have learned to do in Unit 1. 4. Guess what it is. Students look at the close-up photo and guess the bug. They then circle the correct answer in the workbook. Ending the lesson, students repeat their favorite activity from the unit. Lesson 11. Lesson names. Students design their own RoboPad and talk about it. Recycle language. Animals and objects. Colors. Red, green, blue, yellow, pink, orange, purple, big, small. Materials. PowerPoint slides. Warmer. Greeting. Play a guessing game to review words about colors. Divide class in teams. Invite one student from each team to play in a turn. Show him or her a picture of an object or animal. Presentation. Show an example picture of a RoboBat. Ask students some questions about it. Say, what color is it? Is it big or small? Ask students to work in small groups of 3 or 4. Give them 2 minutes to plan their ideas. Go around and give support. Students' book. 1. Design your RoboPad. After checking on students' ideas, give students 7 to 8 minutes to design their own RoboPads in groups. Students can hang their group's picture on the board when they finish. Show and tell. Groups take turns to talk about their RoboPads in front of the whole class. Ask other groups to give points after each presentation.